Hello and welcome to this screencast on sports psychology and the topic area individual differences. So we've got different topic areas in sports psychology. However, individual differences is one of the ones and the first one that we're going to focus on. Today's screencast is going to be on personality. However, underneath this topic area of individual differences, we also have to know about attitudes, motivation, arousal, anxiety, aggression, and social facilitation. So, looking at the content area, the specification for personality, we need to be aware of the definition of personality, the theories of personality, so trait, social learning, and interactionist theory. Now, we have these terms here: extroversion, introversion, stable, unstable, type A and type B. These are content qualifiers, okay? If you get asked a question or you only need to answer a question talking about extroversion, introversion, stable, unstable, type A, type B, if they ask you about it in the question. For example, please describe someone who is extrovert stable or stable extrovert, the characteristics of it. Please describe the characteristics of a type 2B personality type. You would have to, or they would have to ask about them in the question for you to actually mention them. Okay. If they just mention just trait theory, you don't necessarily need to mention these particular parts, these traits within trait theory. Okay, so that's something you need to be aware of. First of all then, definition of personality. There are several different definitions for personality. The simplest one that we're going to get down here is personality is the characteristics that make a person unique. So characteristics that make me unique in comparison to you and what makes you unique in comparison to other people. So personality are characteristics or traits that make a person unique. So first of all, if we're looking at personality types and we're looking at kind of trait theory, and you have these different terms: introversion, extroversion, stable, unstable, we need to know what they are. Okay, so first of all, introversion, extroversion, stable, and unstable were hypothesized by Eysenck, okay, an individual who thought that an extrovert was a personality trait that suggested that someone who loves or likes social situations, who are outgoing, and they prefer to play team games. For example, a netball player socialising with teammates, or a netball player communicating with teammates would potentially be an example of an extrovert personality, someone who likes these social situations, who is outgoing. Introvert, on the flip side, or in comparison to extrovert, do not like social situations. They are shy, and they may well play, or more likely to play, individual activities. Introverted people, people who are introverts, do play team games, but they're more likely to play individual activities. For example, a netball player avoiding socialising with teammates would be an example for someone who's introverted or introversion. So that is extrovert and introvert. If we look at stable, stable is predictable behaviour. Stability equals predictability. Stable, predictable behaviour. E.g., netball player reacting in the same calm manner to the referee's decisions time in, time out. Predictable behaviour. You know how that person is going to react to the decision from the referee. Okay, that would be a stable personality type of a trait that we have. Another trait or personality trait that we have is unstable or neurotic, you may have heard of. So someone who is unstable has unpredictable behaviour. Okay, so using a sport example, the one above, netball player reacting differently to different decisions, that is completely unpredictable. That is an unstable personality trait that we have there. So extrovert, introvert, stable, unstable, get that information down, examples needed, key questions developed for your Cornell notes, please. We have other personality traits, okay, or types as well, that were developed by Gerando. Okay, so what we need to be aware is type A and type B personality types. So type A, someone who's prone to personal anxiety and stress, highly competitive and works fast. Your example, a sport example of someone who is type A would be a football player volunteering to take a penalty. Okay, so they're highly competitive. They want to take that penalty because they want to win. They will feel anxiety from that, but they need that anxiety to actually perform well. So type B, on the flip side, is someone who is not prone to personal anxiety or stress, not competitive, and works more slowly in comparison to a type A personality type, e.g. a football player not volunteering to take a penalty. What is really important here is knowing that these prone to personal anxiety and stress, not prone to personality anxiety and stress, get both down. Some mark schemes accept anxiety, some accept stress. If you put them both down, you are nullifying the ones that don't accept either or. So please make sure you put prone to personal anxiety and stress, highly competitive, not prone to personal anxiety and stress. Okay, so make sure you have good corner notes on each one of these personality traits here for me, or personality types. As I've said, you only have to talk about these if it is asked for in the question specifically. Moving on to theories of personality formation. So how are our personalities actually formed? Now this is the trait theory, okay? So the trait theory is one of the 3 theories of personality. Now what we need to know about the trait theory is the trait theory proposes that personality is completely innate or inherited. The trait theory suggests that we get our personality from our parents. It is inherited, it is innate within us, it is stable and enduring, okay, it is predictable and lasts a long time, it is consistent across situations and predicted, okay, it's predictable. So the trait theory proposes that it's completely innate and inherited, okay, we get it from our parents. Stable and enduring, consistent across situation, and it's predicted. For example, a boxer inherits the trait of aggression and demonstrates it both inside and outside of the ring. Okay, so an example of this would be Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, boxer, is aggressive within the ring, okay, and he is also aggressive outside the ring. He's being done for GBH. Joey Barton plays football aggressively with aggression, has been done for GBH outside of the kind of football pitch, football environment. Therefore, trait theory proposes that kind of this trait, they inherit this trait of aggression, and it's demonstrated both inside and outside the ring. It is stable, enduring, consistent across different situations. It is predictable. Okay, so what's fantastic about the trait theory being predicted is it's also an evaluation technique, or an evaluation point as well, that we come on to. First of all, the positives or the advantages if we're evaluating the trait theory is some evidence suggests that personality is innate. For example, aggression is innate, is inherited. Also, if this theory is correct, that is a key part you have to put. If the theory is correct, it means behaviour can be predicted, which is an advantage to know if behaviour can be predicted. Again, you have to put if the theory is correct. This is a theory, it is not proven. The disadvantages of the trait theory are it is unlikely just to be innate. Personality is unlikely just to be innate input, okay, that determines personality. It's just unlikely that that is the case, that it's purely inherited. Our personalities are purely inherited. It's got nothing to do with the social environment that we are surrounded by. Okay, so unlikely to be just innate input that determines personality. Number 2, it doesn't consider learned behaviour. So it doesn't consider the social learning theory, okay, when it comes to personality type. So there are advantages and disadvantages of the trait theory. That's it for this screencast. See you in lesson.